A controversial arrest in Northern California. A man could be charged with murder for killing a burglar he says was trying to break into his home.
I keep telling you, they hold the public to a higher standard than the criminals. Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms, the NRA certification of multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. And if you like the channel, like content, what I do here, you can support me with the link. Everything is appreciated. Connecticut residents, plan on getting a Connecticut pistol permit, please get your training and your paperwork turned in. Time is running short. The training addendum kicks in July 1st. There are too many gray areas that have not been made clear, and there seems to be shenanigans going on. If you have your permit, watch the expiration date. Don't let it expire. There's a link to the online renewal portal for the state of Connecticut for permits in the description box. Keep an eye on that. Let's talk about this, and this is coming out of Oakland, California. And I was hoping to get a little bit more information. I kind of held back a little bit, but a homeowner confronts three people who apparently are trying to break into his home. He shoots and kills one of them. The police come. They acknowledge, yeah, from the evidence that we have, these people were trying to break in, but we're going to arrest the homeowner. Let me give you some more information.
What happened?
Yeah, so I'll tell you, first I want to say that the charges have not been filed, but allegedly we are learning what happened is these burglars, they tried to break into this man's home with a crowbar. So it seems to be they knew what they were doing. What we're learning is that two men and a woman, they pulled up to the home in the early evening hours in a reportedly stolen vehicle. They made several attempts to try to get into the home, and when nothing was working, they then scaled the backyard fence. That is then when the homeowner shot at them, killing one of the alleged three burglars. Police say that part of the reason the homeowner was arrested because he did not give a statement. So listen to this.
If A shoots B without an explanation, the only thing to do is we can only go with what we have. There was a weapon recovered on scene, and thus the individual was taken into custody.
But this case has received a lot of criticism. We have seen progressive policies in California letting criminals back out onto the street, while the homeowner gets arrested in this case for shooting at burglars trying to break into his home. Marnie?
Yeah, and I think nationwide, Kelsey, it brings up an important question a lot of those who carry firearms or have permits to carry firearms have, which is, can I defend myself if somebody's trying to break into my home? You spoke to an attorney about this specific incident. What more did they say?
You know, this is pretty interesting because the attorney that I spoke to does expect that this homeowner will be charged. According to California law, the DA's office has 48 hours to file charges. We should know by today if charges will be filed. But what is really important here is that the homeowner in this case is that he allegedly shot the burglars with a stolen gun. So it's also going to come down to whether the DA's office also believes that self-defense played a role here. Arnie?
All right.
Heard that and you saw that. Now, the police are saying, this is what the police say, that when they came onto the scene, they claimed that the homeowner was basically not cooperating, and they said, well, we have an A shoots B situation here, so we're just going to have to default to arresting A, which is kind of bizarre, and it really is. But I want to come into here because I want to get some details to you because this is bizarre as far as I'm concerned. But 77-year-old homeowner arrested in suspected burglary turned killing in Oakland. Now, it's suspected, even though the evidence points to the fact that they were trying to break in. Police were initially told that three people were burglarizing the 77-year-old man's house. Oakland, a 77-year-old homeowner was arrested and booked into jail early Tuesday after allegedly shooting and killing one of three burglary suspects at his East Oakland home, authorities said. The man was held without bail on suspicion of murder in the Monday evening killing at a house on the corner of 98th Avenue and Burr Street, according to Santa Rita County Jail records. As of Wednesday afternoon, police were continuing to interview witnesses and gather evidence, and Alameda County prosecutors had not decided whether to file charges. So they put him in jail and no bail, and they're not sure if they're going to file charges. Well, this is bizarre, but It's the man's house. These three people, it's not their home, but they were there. According to Oakland Police Acting Deputy Chief Frederick Chavis, the man was arrested largely because he did not provide a statement. And a lot of lawyers tell you that in situations where you use a firearm and somebody dies, they tell you don't say anything. They tell you flat out, don't say a word. Because anything that you say will be used against you. They will use it as a crutch. And we're talking about California. But absent any sort of statement, if A shoots B without an explanation, we can only go with what we have. Chavis said during the press conference Wednesday afternoon, all we know is an individual lost his life. Okay, Chavis, you acknowledge that these three people had no relationship to the property. They didn't own it, they didn't rent it, nothing, but they were there. You have people telling you, yeah, it looks like they're trying to break in. But Oakland police were called shortly before 6 p.m. Monday after a witness saw two men and a woman, at least one of whom was armed with a crowbar, breaking into the man's house, according to authorities. So a witness has already told them, 911 call, hey, I saw this. After the burglars initially had trouble getting into the house, they tried scaling a fence into the backyard, Chavis said. So this is information that he has. That's when the homeowner confronted them, he said. Once again, information he has. When police arrived, they found the homeowner pointing a gun at one person while a man lay wounded just inside the back fence line. Authorities said paramedics later pronounced him dead. His name has not been released. A third suspected burglar police found holding a replica gun on the property was arrested and jailed on suspicion of second-degree burglary, authorities said. Alameda County prosecutors also had yet to file charges against him as of Wednesday afternoon. Similar cases often hinge largely on California's castle doctrine, which gives homeowners latitude to protect themselves if somebody enters their property without their permission, says Stephen Clark, a Bay Area attorney and legal analyst. A homeowner has a right to use deadly force if their home is being entered by someone that is a threat to them, Clark said. While that power is not absolute, he added, it is nevertheless a much different standard than what would appear in the community if you're at a park or somewhere else. Okay, fine. Clark said numerous other factors may be at play, including whether the burglar was inside the house or not, or whether he was fleeing at the time of the shooting. Chavis on Wednesday said investigators were still awaiting autopsy results to determine where the man had been shot. These are very fast, specific investigations, Clark said. Okay, well, let's come out of that. Okay. The police, the acting deputy here is acknowledging that he knows that these people enter the property. It looks like they're burglarizing the place. They have a crowbar. One of them has a replica gun, obviously for intimidation purposes. Yet they still arrest this homeowner for not giving a statement. Hopefully once this guy gets a lawyer, he'll be able to present his entire story. And once again, when the autopsy comes forward, but here's the bottom line. These people were trying to break into his home. They had a replica gun. They had a crowbar. Obviously, they're up to no good. He did what he had to do. He shot one of them. The other two got the point when he shot the one guy. The other people were like, okay, this guy's not playing. Good for him. I hope he gets out. I hope he gets set up. I hope he sets up a GoFundMe. This is another one of those situations where I have no problem donating money to. This man shot a scumbag who was doing criminal activity. And they arrested him for his troubles, which means he's going to have to waste a whole lot of money. Probably getting a lawyer and defending himself. But I see no problem with what he did. It's clear what these people were up to. Witnesses told the police these people were up to no good. But we'll see how this plays out. But remember, they hold the public to a higher standard than the criminals. Each and every time. Because these people that they caught up with for the burglary, they're going to get nothing. They're going to get a slap on the wrist. This is California. Soft on crime policies, hard on the public policies. But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time a video goes live. I'm going to see you on the next one. Peace.